Vantage and Booking.com. Bill Quinn here, just leaving the Sky Lux apartment. I was in a bit of a rush yesterday, and I said on the text line thingamajig direct to the property that I'd be here at 4 o'clock. As it turned out, I didn't get here till quite a bit later, but that was okay because there was a locked box. The only problem was when I got there, the instruction that came through on the text, it was just one big long block of text, no paragraph breaks. And unfortunately, the way my brain works, I just couldn't make head or tail of it. I tried, but I was just running so late, and so oh yeah, sorry, that was out there when I got here. So that's the first thing I saw was this is out here, which is, you know, you might say fair enough. Me personally, I would have, if I was cleaning this place, I would have put it back inside, but that's just me. Man, it's chilly out there. Yeah, this is a bit of a disappointment. I particularly like to use, even when it's this cold, because the air's drying up a bit. This would have been good to clean my clothes, but this is just, that's just unusable. That should have been thrown out years ago. Not particularly clean over here. I suspect, I don't know, but yeah, look at that. As soon as I came in here, I started coughing, and I've been particularly good lately. So it was an instant reaction to my surroundings. It was as soon as I put the heater on, because it was quite chilly last Wednesday night when I came in. So I'd say that the air conditioning, the heater is overdue for a service. That's just my guess, because as I said, I've just seen some black mold and some dust there. I haven't had a full inspection of it, but yeah, I'd say that'd be an opportunity to get that fixed. Didn't even know that this was here, because I think I only booked the one room, and it's quite, you know, it's quite legit to give an upgrade, and that's fine. I guess I would have liked to have known, because my thing was, I had asked if it was all right to just get up as high as possible with a view of the lake. And when I came out here, and that was there, and I went, oh, wait a minute, that's the old bus, that's the bus interchange down there. Oh, and that's the Westfields. Oh no. I guess if I go outside, but I'm up quite high here, so, you know, I don't like to get too close to the edge. But anyway, it wasn't till much later on the first night. No, it was the next morning. It was the next morning when I came out and went, oh, that cupboard. I went, oh, hang about. My thing with having lived in hundreds of places is, if there's a lock on the door, don't go in. This one, however, and I went, oh my God, that's a whole other bedroom, which I ended up using, just by the by. There's my lake view, hooray! And then I realised when I went outside, it was just too cold really to sit outside for much longer than that. Because once I started coughing, I realised if I was outside with the cold air, with that, I'd just be in hospital by this stage. So yeah, anyway, things to know. I'll definitely come back in warmer months, maybe autumn. Oh no, I'll leave that open. Autumn or, oh, I turned both of those off. What the hell? I turned both of these off. Oh, I know what I've done. I've got to do this. This is the problem you have when you've only got one controller for two things. You've got to do this. Now that's closing. Now I've got to watch to make sure this closes. Wow, I would have walked out and left those open. I would have left them on. Is it going to shut? My God, it's like something out of Star Wars. Yikes. Okay, they're off now. Wow. Yeah, so that's the problem, is you think you're turning it off. You go, turn off, and of course that turns them both back on. Weird. The other thing with the air conditioning is I woke up both mornings freezing cold, because I don't know what the story is, but it was explained to me when I was staying in the Meriton Suites in different states and different cities this last week or two. They said, yeah, the problem is these two have got a balance between each other, and I didn't particularly need this bedroom, but I thought it might be nice to wake up, you know, with the sun streaming in and everything. So I slept here last night. Woke up at, I don't know, 5, 6 o'clock something. Freezing cold, and even when I had it on 26, I had to go and turn everything off, turn it back on again, and then somebody explained it to me that it gets in sync with other neighbouring apartments. I don't know if that's the story here, but it took ages. I was freezing cold. I had this big woolly brewery jacket on. Unfortunately, my jumper I had soaking because I dropped something on it. So I had my hat on. I had, shame I didn't have my gloves, because otherwise I would have worn my gloves. but I was freezing for quite a few hours. And then, of course, when I had the thing pumped up, I had up to 26 trying to get it going. Now it's down to 22, which is, you know, cruising weight for me, 22. So I had cold, and then I had the not particularly clean air conditioning coming through, so I was in a bad state this morning. I've had to really, really concentrate on getting myself well, and I was just getting over similar things that had happened to me. This isn't your problem. You've got a front loader, which is a bit better, but at another property, nothing to do with Booking.com, nothing to do with Advantage. But I had noticed that there was all this black mold around there, and it got transferred onto my clothes, and I had really, really bad folliculitis for the first time in 6 years. That was a bit sad. So I guess what I'm saying is that wouldn't have been a problem, except that, sorry, it wouldn't have been a problem so much with the heating and everything, because, you know, I've got a coat, and I'm an adult, I can work things out. We've got blankets and jumpers, you know, not jumpers, we've got blankets and doonas and things. I could have done that. I was so tired and so sick, I just couldn't put the pieces together. Better hurry up because it's 10 o'clock. Now, last night as I was coming in, not too late, I just walked past and I thought, oh, just see if the letterbox is there. Maybe this key works. I didn't think it would. Somebody had jimmied open the letterbox. They jimmied it open and there were flyers and things in there. I've chucked a whole bunch of the flyers out, but there's a whole bunch of stuff that was in there that made it quite obvious that nobody had touched that letterbox for something like at least 3 months. Because there was stuff there about leading up to Easter, you know, those Canberra pamphlets. So that's a bit of a worry. See, and it's got these 3 people. See, I hadn't actually made the connection that this is possibly somebody's apartment, and they've sort of, not Airbnb'd it, but they've let it out to you, like they're over off-seas or in their second property or something. But these are, what's this? That looks like some sort of bank statement. And that looks like a, don't know, and that looks like a, oh, okay, Belconnen Mall Medical Centre, there we are. So, and that's, what's the, oh no, it's just recent, so it's 11th of June. These ones I don't know because they don't have post stamps on them. But as I said, there's stuff in there that made it quite clear, and as I said, somebody's jimmied it open. So, I'm a bit concerned for your security here, because the lockbox thing is a great idea, but if you don't change the numbers regularly enough, somebody could have come in here with me being 4 hours late. With the way the security cameras are set up there, they could have let themselves in. I'm sorry, I just have too many things in my background of jobs that I've had where I'm a bit hypersensitive to this, and I also watch a lot of television, so there we have that. I can't get this to work at all. I don't know what's going on. I just haven't got the time to, whatever, but oh, is it something up here? No, I don't know, and there's nothing where I can see to switch it on. So I'm sorry about that, I'm gonna leave it open. But yeah, while I'm doing this little video, you might not get the video, but what I'm gonna do is give it to my assistant and say, can you just type up the notes from it. I'm very confused about this. I was expecting your usual little caddy with tea and coffee, and in the end I'm going, is this somebody's belongings? I'm guessing it was there to be used, I'm not sure. So in the end, I used a couple of the Nescafe mochas, which I'm not really supposed to because it's got dairy in it, but you know, we do what we do with what we've got. So I grabbed a few packets of the shapes, but I've left the Budja mix there. Now this was a bit annoying. I mean, might not sound like much, but I'm not particularly mobile at the moment. That was switched off, and to get back there, I almost had to pick the whole thing out and put it on the ground, but I didn't. I'd somehow managed to keep it balanced, and I had to reach in. It was a really hard struggle. Thank you for the stretch. I don't need to go to the gym now, but that was a bit annoying. All it needed to be done was just put in and switched on. I like this. Wow. Oh, the other thing I was going to say was, and this is definitely a positive, the design of this door is superb. I can't remember where it was, but I was in some place somewhere, and I got locked out on the balcony twice. The first time I was able to just gently, it took me a while, but I was able to jimmy it, not jimmy it, but just jiggle it around and get it open. The second time, I got totally locked out. This is not here. This is another property. I can't remember where it was. Because what happens is you close it, bang, and this falls down, right? Luckily, I had my phone in my pocket and I was able to call down to the reception. That's good because you can't do that because it's got to go up to clock. So I really like that. Thumbs up. I didn't even open these. Wow. So I didn't even look at the router. I didn't even use the Wi-Fi at all because I didn't see anything. See, normally I know people say, oh, you know, let's just get the QR code and all that. Yeah, if it had just been a bit of paper there. Oh, there we are, pedestal fan. Well, that's good. I like the pedestal fan. That'll come in handy in the when I come back here in the warmer months, because I prefer not to have the heating on because the condition. I love the fact that this is a what do you call it? Fly screen. That is rare, and I love it. So thank you so much. Brilliant. That's an Optus thing. Oh, I guess that's probably Fetch TV. I suppose. I don't know. Oh, this is the joy of my life. Amsterdam, Netherlands. Dat is mijn derde taal, Nederlands. And sugar. Who's playing in the football at the moment? I'm missing the second half of the 2 games. SBS kickoff. I only just discovered this morning. So you've got SBS Chill, and that's sort of chilled out music with rolling images from around Australia. But this is during the World Cup SBS kickoff. So you don't have to worry about your nasty radio and your television or whatever. Just whack this on. Beautiful. And it's pumped up music for the World Cup. So it just gets your engine running a little bit. Love it, love it, love it. Right, so the mail, that thing. Look, I think that might be about all. I think. I've left that open because whoever was here last time, they've closed that up while there's still moisture in there, and that was still all wet. So I've left that open, and I'm going to leave these doors open and I'll move that a little bit. This is interesting. Could have come in handy. I found a sock somewhere. That might be somebody else's. I wonder what it is. It's a child's sock. Just one second. God's sake. That's just a Bond sock. Bond sock 01 to 9. All right. Okay, I'm going to have to finish this up and spit. So, yeah, it was confusing, and not saying, definitely not getting anything less than a 5-star rating. The review might take a while. I might just sort of couch it in terms of, yeah, good, but I still can't understand what it is, if it's somebody's house or whatever. I'm guessing it is, but it's been a while since I've stayed in one of these types of apartments. Usually I'm going to a hotel. I'm going next door to the Adobe, just for reasons, not for any snitty reasons. I hadn't planned to be staying in a hotel until the night that I checked in, and yeah, the story of me getting physically into this place is another story for another time. Bill Quinn from Overheard Productions. I do appreciate it, and I do appreciate whoever's put me up here on the 14th floor, 1402/3. I don't know what the /3 is all about. That's got me a bit confuzzled. All right, I'm going to turn some lights off and get out of here and put the key back in the lockbox because the cleaner might be coming along. I'll see you when I'm looking at you. Bye for now.